Listen up. The world doesn't want you to be strong. It doesn't want you to be powerful. It wants you weak, broke, and obedient. Why? Because strong men are dangerous. Strong men think for themselves. Strong men build empires. Strong men don't comply. And that's a problem for the people in charge. They don't want you to be the warrior you were born to be. They want you to be soft, fragile, and dependent. They want you distracted, wasting your time on video games, mindlessly scrolling on social media, eating garbage food, watching nonsense, filling your mind with weakness. They pump you full of lies, telling you masculinity is toxic, but in reality, masculinity is the very thing that built civilization. The governments, the elites, the corporations, they all profit when you stay lazy and weak. A strong man doesn't need them. A strong man builds his own path. A strong man leads. Look at history. Every great empire was built by strong men. Every revolution was started by strong men. And now they want to strip that away from you. They want you to shut up, obey, and conform. But I refuse. And you should too. Wake up, hit the gym, make your money, become powerful. Because the moment you stop chasing comfort and start chasing greatness, the world loses control over you. Be the man they fear. Be unstoppable. And let me tell you something, fear the rise of strong men. Because when men are strong, they don't tolerate nonsense. They don't allow themselves to be controlled. They don't beg for scraps, they take what's theirs. The system is designed to keep you comfortable but powerless. They give you entertainment to distract you, cheap pleasures to numb you, and debt to enslave you. They tell you, just be a nice guy, follow the rules, and everything will work out. That's a lie. Nice guys finish last. Weak men get stepped on. The real world doesn't reward weakness, it rewards dominance. Look around. The men who have power, money, and influence they get there by being soft. They built themselves into warriors. They trained their bodies, sharpened their minds, and refused to be slaves to the system. And that's exactly why they don't want you to do the same. Because if every man woke up tomorrow, hit the gym, built wealth, and refused to comply, the world would change overnight. So the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit there consuming garbage, wasting time, and being another pawn? Or are you going to rise up, take control of your life, and become the man you were born to be? Because let me tell you, something no one is coming to save you. If you want success, power, and freedom, you have to take it. You have to fight for it. The weak will always be slaves. The strong, they rule the world. So what's it going to be? Weakness or greatness? And let's get one thing straight. The war on masculinity is real. They don't attack weak men. They don't go after losers, sitting on their couch, eating junk, watching mindless entertainment. They attack the strong. They cancel, censor, and demonize any man who speaks the truth and refuses to bow down. Why? Because the moment you start thinking for yourself, the moment you stop obeying their narrative, you become uncontrollable. A man with discipline, with financial independence, with a powerful mindset, they can't touch him. They push weakness because weak men are easy to manipulate. They tell you to suppress your aggression, your ambition, your competitive spirit. They want you passive. But let me tell you something, man. Without drive is a man already dead. Look at society. Depression is skyrocketing. Men are lonelier, weaker, and more miserable than ever. And you think that's a coincidence? It's by design. The world has tried to convince you that being strong is wrong, that being dominant is outdated, that working hard is pointless. They want you to feel guilty for being a man. But what they don't realize is this: real men don't apologize for their strength. They embrace it. And I'm telling you right now, wake up, stop making excuses. Stop letting society turn you into a weak, obedient shell of what you were meant to be. Go to the gym, build your empire, take control of your life, because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. You either become the man who dominates or you get dominated. The choice is yours. Be weak and suffer. Be strong and conquer. What's it going to be? And here's the truth. They don't want you to hear the world only respects strength. No one cares about your struggles. No one is coming to hold your hand. If you're broke, weak, and invisible, society doesn't care. But the moment you become powerful, the moment you have money, muscles, and influence, now they pay attention. Now they respect you. You think history remembers the weak. It remembers the warriors, the leaders, the men who stood against the system and won. But here's the thing, strength isn't given, it's built. You don't wake up one day with power. You don't magically become successful. It takes work, discipline, and sacrifice. And that's exactly why they try to break you. They flood your mind with distractions. They tell you, it's okay to be average, it's okay to be weak, just relax, just consume, just accept your fate. But I refuse. And you should too. Because the second you reject weakness, the second you say no to mediocrity, you take back control. You stop being a pawn and you start playing the game to win. And let me tell you something, when you win, everything changes. Women respect you. Other men look up to you. Money flows to you. Opportunities appear because winners attract success. So ask yourself, are you ready to step up? Are you ready to stop complaining, stop being a victim, and start dominating your own life? Because if you're not, then fine, stay weak, stay broke, stay invisible. No one will care. But if you are, then prove it. Get up, work harder than everyone else, build yourself into a warrior. Because at the end of the day, the strong win, the weak lose. And let me tell you something else, weak. Men create a weak society. Look around you. Everything is crumbling. Men don't lead anymore. They don't stand up for themselves. They don't fight for what's right. They sit in silence, afraid to speak, afraid to take action, afraid to be men. And that's exactly what the system wants. Obedient little robots who never challenge anything. But let me ask you, when has weakness ever built anything great? The men who built the world, the conquerors, the kings, the entrepreneurs, the warriors, were they weak? Number. They suffered, they sacrificed, they fought, they took risks. And because of that, they won. But now they tell you to settle. They tell you to be comfortable. They tell you that struggle is bad, that being ambitious is selfish, that masculinity is toxic. Lies. They don't want you strong because strong men don't kneel. Strong men don't accept mediocrity. Strong men take over. And that's why you need to wake up. Stop wasting your time. Stop being soft. Stop blaming everyone else. No one is responsible for your success but you. If you're weak, if you're broke, if you're failing, it's your fault. But that's the best news you'll ever hear, because if it's your fault, then you have the power to fix it. And fixing it starts today. Right now, get in the gym, get your money right, become a man of value, become the kind of man that history remembers. Because the truth is this, the world fears strong men. And I say, let them be afraid. Now go out there and become unstoppable. And here's the cold, hard truth. Nobody is coming to save you. No politician, no government, no motivational video, no one. If you don't save yourself, you stay weak. If you don't take control, someone else will control you. That's how the world works. Power belongs to those who take it. They want you weak because weak men are easier to control. A man who's focused, disciplined, and dangerous, they can't touch him. He doesn't need their system. He doesn't beg for approval. He creates his own path. And that's the kind of man you need to become the man who doesn't break. When life hits you, you hit back harder. When people doubt you, you prove them wrong. When the world tries to tear you down, you build yourself up stronger. Because here's the thing, the world owes you nothing. No one's going to hand you success. No one's going to give you a life of freedom and power. You have to earn it through blood, sweat, and relentless effort. And most men, they can't handle that. They'd rather stay comfortable, even if it means being miserable. They choose ease over excellence, not you. You're not like them. If you were, you wouldn't be here. You know you're meant for more. You know you were born to lead, to conquer, to dominate. So stop waiting. Stop hesitating. The clock is ticking, and every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Become the kind of man who walks into any room and commands respect, the kind of man who refuses to be weak, who refuses to be average, who refuses to settle for anything less than greatness. And when the world tries to break you, smile, because they only try to break men. They fear. Be strong, be dangerous, be unbreakable, and understand this weak men live lives of regret. You think it's hard to wake up early? You think it's hard to train every day? You think it's hard to build a business, to develop discipline, to push past your limits? You know what's harder? Waking up one day and realizing you wasted your life. Because that's what happens to weak men. They sit around watching others win, making excuses, blaming the system, and then one day it's too late. They've wasted their potential, and all they have left is regret. You don't want that. I promise you, you don't. The world wants you to be weak because weak men don't fight back. Weak men don't chase their dreams. Weak men don't protect their families, don't build legacies, don't leave a mark on history. But you have a choice. You can either be like the majority, lost, broke, weak, living a life of mediocrity, working a job they hate, stuck in a cycle of failure. Or you can be different. You can be the man who refuses to be average, the man who builds himself into someone unstoppable, the man who takes full control of his destiny and never looks back. It won't be easy. Nothing worth having ever is. But while the weak sit around complaining, the strong are out there winning. And the truth is, the world will always belong to the strong. So what are you going to do? Are you going to let them break you? Are you going to let them turn you into just another forgotten name? Or are you going to rise, take what's yours, and become the man you were meant to be? The choice is yours. Weakness or power, slavery or freedom, mediocrity or greatness. Decide. And once you don't ever look back, do you want to be the guy who watches others win while you sit on the sidelines? The guy who complains but never changes? The guy who had potential but wasted it? Or do you want to be the man who takes action? The man who refuses to be controlled? The man who gets up every day and demands more from life? Because here's the secret: nobody is special. Every strong, successful man you see, he wasn't born that way. He built himself through discipline, sacrifice, and an unbreakable mindset. And you can do the same, but only if you stop making excuses and start doing the work. Hit the gym, learn a skill, build your wealth, cut out the distractions, stop chasing pleasure, and start chasing power. Because the truth is, in this world, you either rise or you rot. You either become the man in control or you become the man who obeys. And I don't know about you, but I refuse to be a slave. I refuse to be weak. I refuse to live a life of regret. The world wants you to be soft. Prove them wrong. Be strong. Be ruthless. Be the kind of man they can never break. Because at the end of the day, history only remembers one thing: the winners. And the question is, will you be one of them? This is it, your moment of decision. You can close this and go back to your old habits. You can keep wasting time, keep making excuses, keep living like the average man, weak, broke, forgotten. Or you can make the choice right now to become everything you were meant to be. The world wants you weak, get stronger. They want you poor, make money. They want you obedient, be dangerous. Because let me tell you something, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to hand you success. It's on you. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, act now. Wake up earlier, train harder, learn more. Push yourself further than you ever thought possible. Cut out the losers, the distractions, the bad habits. Build yourself into a man of power, a man of discipline, a man who commands respect. Because at the end of the day, life only has two types of men: the ones who win and the ones who watch. And the choice, it's yours. So decide right now. Be weak and forgotten, or be strong and unbreakable. Now go out there and dominate. Enough talking. It's time to act. You've been lied to, you've been manipulated, you've been told to be weak, to be soft, to be just another cog in the machine. No more. Right now, this is your wake-up call, your final chance. You either rise and take control of your life, or you stay weak and get left behind. You think you have time? You don't. Every second wasted is a second closer to failure, to regret, to a life of being nothing. Get up. Hit the gym. Make your money. Build your power. No more excuses. No more waiting. No one is coming to save you. It's war. And in war, the weak die forgotten while the strong stand victorious. So I'll ask you one last time, are you going to be a weak nobody? Or are you going to become a ruthless, unstoppable force? Decide right now. Because once you make the choice to be strong, to be relentless, to be the kind of man who dominates life, the world will never be able to control you again. Now go and take what's yours.